a lot of Gen Z don't have that attitude of something has happened, you know what I mean? It's life or death situation. And I want us to go back to the conversation where we're having about working with this younger generation. I think it's important that we have a honest Gen Z conversation because they're the biggest workforce. Musa, who's here, is a Gen Z. Myself and you may not be per se Gen Z, but we get to work with them. So how can we maybe what can you tell them that can teach them, and what can you say that can also teach people who are not from that generation?
It takes a lot of blood, sweat and tears. It's not always fun. So a lot of people.
So you have employees who are from that generation?
Yes. Okay. But what we try and instill from day one is, at the end of the day, you have to work hard. Like you're only as good as how much, like, the input that you're putting.
As you know, I've realized some people don't understand what work hard means. So explain more of that.
So there's work hard that, like me, I think sometimes I'm always the one who's leaving the last one from the office. Sometimes maybe I get there very early. That's just hard work.
Today's a Saturday. Today's a Saturday. Have to be here.
Yes. And it's just hard work because yes. I just feel it's also important that you're sharing this. It takes a lot of time, right? People hear, oh, you're doing this, oh, you did this, but in between here, there's a lot that you're skipping. The early mornings, the trying things which some are not working. Doing videos are not working, some are not that much. We get now to our let me say the Gen Z. I think I'm almost there. We want things very fast. Like, people don't see the hard part. You might as well do the hard work, like you wake up 6 a.m. to midnight, but you're doing nothing. You're waking up, but you're not doing anything constructive. But you might as well wake up and put knowledge in yourself. Try and put. No one is born with passion. Like, you can't, like, you're born and the first thing, nipatie camera. Like, it has to come from you, pole pole, and you can actually even, I believe you can be taught to be passionate. If yourself, you need that grit, you need that drive in yourself. So as much as I usually even tell them, like do stuff. There's some who will take it and do it. A lot of us want shortcuts. You're going to my Instagram and like, hey, this guy is in Diani. Hey, he's shooting, he's doing any commercial.
T-bone.
Yes, T-bone na peanut sauce. This guy is shooting a commercial for Safaricom, but what you also don't see behind is also the amount of briefs that you've sent. For every one TV commercial I'm doing, there's like 7 or 10 which I failed, I didn't get. But I don't want to, I'm a positive person. I don't want to be like, oh, today I went to a brief, I failed. Then the next day, I went to another, I failed. No, I'll also show you that I'm getting, yes, I failed like the 10, but let's focus on the one that I got. So we want a lot of, I want to come, and as I was saying, I always get a lot of DMs. Like,
let me interject there. There's something you've talked about, the briefs, that I don't want to leave. Then we come back to this DMs. What people don't know, I sent out 50 in January. I sent out 50 requests for people to sit on CTA. I haven't had 50 yeses. But even you, I've asked you over and over and over and over and over again. It's not now. It's not the first time I asked you came. You get what I mean? So, and it's proposals that I had to write to guys to come in for me to interview them. So when you see somebody seated here, know that I've asked them a lot of times. Caroline Mtoko, I think there's some people who have spent 4 or 5 years asking them. Sam Gishuru, and guys who even till today I'm still asking. So I like what you've talked about. A no is not, and take your nose. Learn to eat your nose. As Solomon Wangwe says. Take them. And some of them are no's. They're not no. They are no for now, but yes for later. At this moment, it's a no, but no, you can't direct, but yes, you can edit this other thing. You get. So I really like the fact that you've talked about, you send proposals, and even writing a proposal or a brief is work. It takes a lot of time.
Research, just writing like one, if I'm given a brief, there's a TV commercial that you're doing. write your director statement. This is your vision, how you're going to do it. And I'll put in the proposal, like, I'm thinking I want it to be very moody. I want to use this kind of transitions. I want the wardrobe to be like, and it's pages over pages, and it can be like almost 40 pages. And I'm just talking into detail. Then I take the script and say, this script, yes, you guys want this person to move from town to Westlands. I want this person to go first to South B and go this way. And he's running, and I'm doing all this. Then you share and you're like, oh, the brief went to another director. And you do that over and over and over. Yeah. But now what happens when I do that and they're like, it didn't go to you, it went to another director. I'll call the creative, like the creative was in charge of that. And I'll be like, why did it go to the other guy? Then they say, this guy presented it better. Yeah, that's time you're told this guy was him. The client liked it because it was very simple. There's no a lot of things. It was just very direct. And he said one thing that the client liked that the other director said was, for example, I don't want to change your story. I just want to give my own touch. Then I was like, okay. So the next proposal, what am I starting with? I don't want to change your story.
You learn. You learn. You take your L's and you learn.
I just want to just put a little bit of touch. I hear on the feedback, we love that. We love that. And I get a job. Then I'm like, okay, if I was whining, if I didn't get that time to call this guy and ask them maybe where did I go wrong, maybe I would have still be doing the same way. If I caught feelings. So I sometimes even call the directors and I call them and I'm like, but then I also pitched for this one, but mine failed. But can you send me a treatment? There are some who will send. They'll be like, yeah, share. Take this deck, just go over it. Feel free to ask me anything.
Relationships.
Yes. Because most of them
even
are
with
friends.
Competitors, yes.
Yeah.
They are friends, but you're still competitors.
Yeah, even for my treatment, I sent them. I sent them to a couple of different people.
You know, we're still in this millennial thing, and you guys, you're bringing more rabbit holes in this conversation. Yeah. But that's another huge thing, because some people have a scarcity mentality and also a hoarder's mentality, or also a protection mentality. Yes. I don't want to also say it from the negative person, where they don't want to share things, but it prevents you forming relationships with other people in your industry. Yes. You right now, have you talked to Tosh?
Yes, we do talk.
You get what I mean?
When he chucks something, I'd share, I'd comment back. When I release something, even when you meet, it's like, I liked it. I liked how you did this part. I'd meet even other directors.
Have you given jobs to other people?
Yes.
Who are in your thing?
Yes.
And have you received jobs from other people?
Yes, a lot.
So relationships is a huge thing.
It's very important. People, let me say about Gen Z. Let me just talk even as youth. We think if I'm not sharing this information with you, like I'm benefiting a lot. Or you think if I share, I'll make you better than me. But what happens is the teacher will always remain the teacher. Hata kama you're number one in class, you'll never be on top of a teacher. Like the teacher, physics teacher, get A, 100 out of 100. Still respect the teacher. Yes. And that's the way it should be, because all this information that you're getting, if I share to you, maybe you might even end up being bigger than what I envisioned. Just this information. And that's what we need. Because the moment you will benefit, the moment you'll get to that level, you'll always come back to me. And you always have that respect to me. It's like this thing I was taught by Enos.
Yep.
And it'll even make me better.
Perfect example is you listening to my voice right now, are watching this for free. And getting this information for free. You get what I mean?
Charge.
But in turn, your views and your constantly coming back to CTA is building the CTA platform.
Yes.
So it's a symbiotic relationship of give and give.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else would you say about Gen Z in terms of this discipline of that thing you were telling me about, how they want to work with you, but
So I always get a lot of DMs. Sometimes it's even overwhelming. And I think most of the ones that I get, everybody's like, I just want to come on set with you and I just watch you learn. That's very weird. You're just working and somebody's just looking at you. But I always tell them, there's a lot you can do. And that's why I was partnering with a lot of guys from Canon, through the multi-choice talent factory, where now we get to train people. That's why I really loved like Safaricom Place, because you're going around sharing information as much as possible. It's hard sometimes. Of course, now also because Corona came,
yes,
even our team, most of the time we're not going like the full team.
Yep.
Because you have to be a minimal number. So it is hard trying to get a random person come on set, because the moment you come, at Akama, you'll pay for your transport and all that. I have to factor in.
You're part of my team now.
Yes, space of the guys there. I don't want a lot of guys hanging around, because maybe the client doesn't like that. We have our interns. We've already planned them for the next like 6 jobs over the year. I'm bringing you, I have to factor in food.
Si leo wase wamekula hapa.
Yes.
It's the same way. Imagine if there are 8 people here.
Yes. So hata kama amejileta, me I'll bring myself. Even when you're eating, you can't be eating half mjipange. Yeah, like you'll always like, and they'll bring themselves there. So you have to factor in food, logistics, now also the space and time. And sometimes they're shooting up to like midnight. These guys come. And most of the time they say they'll come themselves. You also have to figure out, did you reach home well? So there's a lot of things that you're working with. Like at midnight, you're trying to find out if this person reached home well, where they're coming from, all of this. And you're also shooting. That time, the pressure is too much. And maybe this person wants to learn, and they're next to you. So it's very hard when I'm talking to clients. They also, why do you use this tripod? It is hard to concentrate. So really trying different avenues where now you're able to just teach generally. Even I was planning to do like even Instagram lives, just ask questions, whatever you can learn, that's better than getting on set. But there are people who believe, let's say our Gen Z or us youth, they just believe if I get to that set, that's the only way I will make it. And with or without getting on set, you can still make it. You can still learn a lot of stuff.
One of the things that I say is, do you spend 90% of your time on YouTube getting entertained, or do you spend 90% of your time on YouTube learning? So for every 10 videos you watch, a 9 just entertainment for yourself. There's a difference between watching a music video to be entertained or watching a music video to be educated.
Yes.
So now when you're entertained, you're just watching it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But why not watch it again and ask yourself
something?
Yes. The storyline is nice. I wonder what elements, the wardrobe, the color grading, and I'm talking about people in our field.
Yes.
Location set. How many locations did they use? So now you're getting educated rather than entertained.
Yes.
You get what I mean? Or you're getting both of them happening together. You're getting what do you call it? Edutainment.
Yes.
You're getting infotainment, informed but entertained at the same time.
But
if you're just going to spend all your time
entertainment. So me, what I do, like when I was doing my research, even up to today, if I watch a video or something, I'll go and check the crew. Who did this? Most of the time, you'll just get it easily, either if the directors put their name there. If you go to the director's page, for example, on Instagram, let's say 70% of the time, they list down the people who are working on that video. They list the editors. So if, for example, I'm looking for a certain effect, I was doing a research for a TV commercial, and I saw it in a video. So what I did, there was no name, like no director. So I just Googled that name of the song and the director who shot here. I got the name, followed on Instagram. After a few testing, I got the person. On one of the video, he listed down the guys who were part of it. I went down to the editor. I got the editor. The editor didn't say how they did that. But in the editor, when he was doing that, when he posted that video, he also did a list of the guys who are doing the visual effects and assistant editors. Clicked on one of them, on the assistant editor. I got on his page just showing how they did that. I was like, okay, that's how you did it. But now you had to go through. So every time I'm checking something.
That is mind-blowing.
Every time I'm watching something, I'll just search one name. High chances you'll get that person has tagged somebody who was part of that project. And you go deeper and you learn something. And that's what I was doing. And for me, I'm a director, I'm a DOP, cinematographer, and I'm also a colorist and a VFX artist. So even the most of the guys I'm following are those guys who are doing those stuff.
So even your social media platforms, it's just not following for the sake of following.
Nope.
It's following for the sake of. First of all, I know I have to talk about what you just talked about there. Access.
Yes.
So there's 2 types of generations. There's BC and AD. Before computers, after digital. The thing about us guys who were born before computers, and I say that's 1995 because of that's when I say the internet became mass. Because of Windows 95 and Internet Explorer.
Yes.
So that changed the world for us. But the thing about us, we if you're born before that time, you know what it is to not have information or not have access. That's why we used to fly abroad to go to universities to get educated. We're flying abroad to go get information, to come back with that information and apply. But in today's day and age, you don't need to fly. Need that, You fly by going to University of YouTube.
Yes.
or University of Google.
You fly to your computer.
Exactly. So you are talking about access. I mean, just think about your story that you said right now. And all the way you did. All the steps that you took to find the person.
Yes.
Also before, I think, or I'm not sure if it's before during lunch when you were telling us about how you're always doing masterclass or you're always learning.
Yes. So, and it's very important if you say that, because people, the guys who are like, I don't know this, I don't learn this, I can't learn this. You have free knowledge, like on your Instagram, TikTok. There's a lot of TikTok guys who are giving out information as much as they're having entertainment.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it's still social media. Even for me on my Instagram, there days I'm just vibes. Just vibes. Because that's just me,
There's you have to, that's holistically you.
Yes, and then sometimes I'm like, and that I think of late I'm like, I need to show guys more, because guys sometimes don't understand what happens in the behind the scenes. Let me show guys what is happening in the behind the scenes.
Nice.
Let me try and make it fun. Let's guys learn. We didn't have
like what you did with Della.
Yes.
And the fire effect.
Yes. And guys were like, it takes that long, and I was like, just one shot which is like 3 seconds took like half a day to even just get it somewhere close. I have 10 more shots. I'm not working 24 hours. Per day I'm doing maybe 2 shots. And you also need to understand that, so that by the next time, if you don't understand it, maybe if you give somebody work and they tell you it'll take a week, you understand, you're like, yeah, I saw it somewhere, it takes a lot of time. And you also appreciate the art that goes behind the scene when people are trying to build this. And all this is, we need to understand, young generation, everything takes time, and you have to go for I'm always like, go for the hard ideas, because it's very fulfilling when it's completed. It's so easy for me to take somebody to Uru Park and shoot there, but take him in the middle of town or whatever, make it a little bit
complex.
Make it complex.
Understand.
Yes.
Working the camera in town. And all of these are the
you'll be like, oh, kumbe, I need kanjo. Okay.
Exactly.
When you're at Central Police Station. Okay, I'm not supposed to shoot this Central Bank. Okay, you'll understand. So,
but also there's something you've said again. Hey, and you're dropping nuggets like they are normal. And for me, this is a challenge to our generation or the older youth and the guys who have left even youth bracket, which is, you're talking about, actually this is a double-edged sword. Stop just showcasing turn up to young guys or vibes and inshallah. Showcase your work, not just your play. So when you are putting up a picture of behind the scenes and you're giving information, what you are doing, you're showing this younger generation that, hey, before you saw me turn up, this is what I do that makes me money. This is what I was doing,
this is what it made me turn up.
Yes, this is how I turn up. But the reason why I say it's a double-edged sword, so first of all, it's a challenge to the older generation. Showcase more of your work. And don't just put a behind-the-scenes photo. And this is also to myself. Teach people. Tell people, I use this 3-point lighting or this lighting or this and this and this. These cameras are cheap. They're available here. Here's the Amazon link, whatever it may be. To the younger generation, showcase your work as well. Because I keep telling people, I'll employ you without a degree. If you're showing me your work, because when you ask me for a job, I just go and research on you and look at your tagged pictures.
True. And that's the most important tool that you could ever use. Even right now, I think this social media, like, we're using like 10% of its capacity. And the more, that's what I was saying, we had a discussion about that. Like, we wish, like, when you're coming up, we had, like, such stuff. Like, we had CTA, we had places where you can just easily access information. I'm able to, if I'm watching Batman or Avengers, I can go to the credits, then I see who did the coloring. Stefan Sonfield. Instagram, Stefan Sonfield. Hi, Stefan. Love your work.
Imagine that.
Yes. What software do you use? Sometimes, not all of the times, because they're also getting a lot. You just get a response. I use DaVinci Resolve. Now, you're able to connect to this guy, easily. Sometimes, not all of the times, because understand peer also.
Of course.
Everybody's trying to DM them, but you never know. Maybe you might get a response. And sometimes the response is gotten lost. But you're able to get in touch with this person. You're able to maybe easily connect, maybe ask one thing. Maybe they might respond if they see it in time. That's a tool that people need to use. I've gotten work for National Geographic by just what I post on Instagram. They're like, what do you do? Within the first 10 posts, they already know what I do. And now, apart from what I do, they know my character because they also see me laughing there. So they get a sense of who you're working with. Maybe he likes being in front of camera. He likes fun, and he also does good work. But it's just what I'm posting. So it's a tool that, even for me, I use extensively. Two, when I'm posting there, new workout, it's not that to just show you I'm working, but I'm also looking for new clients.
Exactly.
Yes, and even nowadays, we went for a launch, a series that we did. And they had invited guys and they came.
Niliona hiyo kitu nilifeel kimnadho.
Left.
Nilifeel FOMO.
But yeah, just had guys.
Jeans and a t-shirt one.
Yeah, guys
Vibes
came.
and inshallah.
Vibes and inshallah. Guys came, and when the host was asking guys, you watch the series, what did you like about it? Then guys are saying, and I think some of them are my friends are like, we love the color grading, we love, and I was like, when did you know about color grading? It is very, not weird. It's rare sometimes to just get people say, for example, hey, we like the color grading.
Of course.
Or we like the color theory. We like, then you'll be like, they understand.
Hold on, let me answer this phone call.